Hello, Virgo. I'm sorry I didn't get around to doing your reading last week. I was kind of held up with a virus. Anyway, I'm here now for June 16th. And what I asked Spirit, what do you want to tell Virgo today? And what I got was the first card that came out is responsibility. And when I look at that, I'm really drawn to the part that is talking about responsibility as the ability to respond to something. And often when we can't respond, okay, so as I said that, as I was starting to read that, what I really was getting a sense, Virgo, was that sometimes it's almost as though you have not been able to respond. It's not even that you react, it's almost that you're more inclined to go into a freeze. So if we look at fight, flight, freeze, fawn, what I'm getting is for those of the collective that I'm reading in Virgo right now, there might be a situation or a tendency for you to go into the freeze mode where you can't respond. You can't react, you can't respond, or your reaction is to freeze. Now, what I'm being told here is that Virgo, you have many strengths and you have many abilities. And very often, because you have not reached the level of success that you have perceived in your mind as being the standard, you discount what you have achieved. You discount what you've gone through in order to get to where you are. You sometimes forget the difficulties that you've had to face in order to be able to evolve your life to what it is. And that you don't see the value in your life as you have it to the degree that it really deserves to be acknowledged. What does that mean? That means that sometimes you may think you should have become the greatest astrologer of all time and have millions of followers and be an authority on the subject. And instead, what you have is you have a good, solid career where you were earning a living doing astrology readings for people, and you have a small school or a small community who support you in doing this. You might look at that and go, well, I'm a big fish in a small pond. I want to be a big fish in a big pond. But you have not necessarily honored the work that it took you to get to the place where you are. You have not necessarily honored the value of what it is you do. And you have somehow discounted the hurdles, the emotional, the physical, the economic hurdles that you've had to get over in order to have established what you have established. And that in and of itself, if you don't compare it to this fantastical version that you have of it, you've done really well. And you're being asked to own that and to honor that, Virgo. That does not mean to say that there's not room for growth. There's always room for growth. The question is, how are you growing? Are you growing with, I should because, or are you doing it because, I'd really like to, you are going to be much more able to do the second one, which is, I'd really like to because I feel like it, because it would be interesting, exciting, rewarding in some way. You can only do it that way if you're already appreciating what you've done. If you are diminishing what you've done, the likelihood is you're going to go, I must. We don't want I must, because that's coming from a real ego place of not good enough, as opposed to the second one, which is quite good enough. And now how about more, right? One is expansive. The other one's already a contracted energy. So we don't want you to go into the contracted energy. Please be mindful of how you're talking about your successes, about how you're talking about your life. The language that is negative, that is putting you down, that is not honoring, wipe those babies right off the list, okay? It's time now for you. Really, if you're finding yourself stuck in some way or stuck in the old I should kind of way and the negative talk, allow yourself to do a word fast. I think this is brilliant. I'm hanging it up there for you, okay? the word fast, because what we want now is for you to be able to really let yourself experience the energy of positive self-talk, because it's a really, really powerful thing. And it's particularly powerful, especially if you have not had a lot of positive self-talk from other people in your life. You're the one who can give it to yourself now. You can fill in the gaps on that, Virgo. Okay? You, my dears, there are so many Virgos out there who are, in my opinion, really tender-hearted, but have kind of locked themselves off in ways where they're unable to really own their value and see their value and operate from that place. And that can lead them into, or that can, for those of you that I'm reading for whom this is relevant, that can lead you to not opening up to having a lot more in your life. And you deserve more. You deserve more good. You deserve more support. You deserve more positive community. You deserve more. You deserve more. Okay? Take care, Virgos.